Jimmy required.
A little bit of pressure from Neil Duff, but everything has gone with throw so far in this opening leg. Ooh, double three. Three doubles in a leg.
Jim McAn.
Yeah. Well, good
for Jim to move within one, tops.
He loves this target, usually so good on it. But it was the double, and it's interesting. In the match I mentioned at Lakeside, he hit it 8 consecutive times, and then the first time he missed it, he kept missing it, and Duff came back. The rest, as they say, is history. And the bullseye has picked Jim McAn's pocket on that occasion.
It requires 76.
It will just be the one. And that is all he needed. Neil Duff, perfect in finishing doubles, and Duffman gets the job done. Jim.
27.
I think Connor made reference to it on Thursday that he was pleased to eventually get the better of James, but
119.
Too close to the 16 there. Could have bust, of course.
130.
Robert Thornton may be watching somewhere and may turn his TV off if James Wilson ends up winning the opening leg on the ball. Doesn't need to now. Double five.
120.
Close calls for both players.
Game shot on the first leg.
Does get the first leg in the ledger. Wilson will have to find at least one treble. Now he'll have to find another. And he does find another for double 10. Oh, James Wilson with an incredible finish. The 128 after Connor Scutt had just missed the dart of the bull for the match. It's an unorthodox way to go, but it might work out for him here.
Game shot on the
does
first
work out
leg.
for Neil Duff.
Neil Duff.
He is yet to miss a dart or double this evening.
He wants to win it the same way. Surely won't go that way now. He's been very sensible in this game, very professional, and he will just lay up.
46.
Yeah, he's been measured. He's taken no risks. He's fully aware of the threat of
100.
Conan Whitehead in this match.
40.
To get it done. And Neil Duff is through.
Neil Duff.
To the semi-finals, a 3-0 win, following on from the 3-2 success against Jim McAn earlier on.
Groups.
He wants to finish where he starts.
90.
Can't quite manage it.
Will return to the one just north of his favoured double. Wanted to stay there, of course, trying to find a 140. Well, that's not a bad second prize.
16.
Makes the adjustment.
On the second leg. Daryl
50% on his doubles.
Teens. 72.
Well, he loves double 18, so he could go double 18, double 18.
With Pilgrim and 164, he decides to go for the treble 20.
89.
Actually surprised he didn't
require
go treble 12.
64.
It's the right play with your opponent back on 164.
104.
But he would prefer to be going for double 18 than tops, wouldn't he, James Wilson? If he hits it, he goes through. He has hit it, and ironically, it's bounced out.
No score.
That one has bent the wire. Unbelievable.
Well, that's exactly what happened against him last night. Robert Thornton denied him going through. Has the bounce out, denied James Wilson going through.
40.
He gets let off the hook. Crowd can't believe it.
Require 40.
Is James Wilson's name on pot, lad?
I'll try again.
Game
This time it stays
shot
in.
and the match.
And it means James Wilson stays in the tournament. He is through to the semi-finals. Well, if he's going to win a leg, he might have to do it in sensational style because McEwan is poised
82.
on tops.
Jimmy require 40.
And so often there's only one outcome.
Back
Game
in the
shot
groove.
second leg. Jim
No
McEwan.
drama this time for Chucky.
Jimmy
Big
require
number miss.
10.
McEwan has a choice here. Straight for double five or two double four. Straight for it. Good guide. And that
Game shot
does
and
the
match.
job for Jim
Jim
McEwan
McEwan.
and completes the nightmare for Conan Whitehead. 3-0, 3-0, and he heads home. The Series 1 champ, defeated by the Series 5 champ, Jim McEwan, who joins Neil Duff in the semi-finals. Little practice swing for Pilgrim.
A bit of a ghost throw.
Trying to work from the bottom to the top of the board on the 157.
95. Connie record 158.
Another not in. Now, Pilgrim maybe could have used the
98.
bullseye with his last
Darryl
dart.
requires
I agree.
62.
He would have been guaranteed as long as he hit the single number to a double, his chosen double. Now he's only going to get the one.
Game
Only
shot
needs the
third
one on that
leg.
target so often,
Daryl
Daryl Pilgrim.
Absolutely mustard on double 16.
But he can't afford to miss
Require
it now.
32. Game
And he
shot
doesn't.
and the match.
Daryl Pilgrim
Daryl Pilgrim.
gets the job done. A 3-1 win over Connor Scott. And Mr. P is happy. Not quite as happy as Mrs. P.
He's looking for the 9 count on the 19s to leave a straight turn.
101.
And that other
Require
option,
100.
if you hit 4 in 2, you can go for the ball, hitting a 25 to leave the big fish. And that was a safe one at tops,
60.
especially
Now we
with
require
Pilgrim on
170.
Neil Duff. I mean, we were talking about whether or not it might be James Wilson's
105. Now we require 40.
name on the pot. Neil Duff is just breezing through everything
the
so far
first leg.
tonight.
Yeah, and
Neil
he's
Duff.
gone under the radar this week, hasn't he? That leaves 72 options. Double 18 was
93.
one of them.
Now we require
Yeah, safe
155.
And he will return for double 18 to force a last leg decider in this
95.
opening semi-final.
Now we require 36. Game shot on the fourth flag. Daryl Pilgrim.
Almost deserves a final leg.
May see the bullseye come into play at the end of this visit. Doesn't need it now. What timing that is.
171.
He fills up the treble 19.
Incredible. Got away last start.
100.
Followed it up with a 140,
Now
a
we
96,
require
a 171 to leave 62 to make the final.
2 darts. A double 16.
46.
Oh, a double that's been so
Now we
kind.
require
Now,
94.
what does Duff do here, Murph?
He's gambled. Surely double. No, he's gone for the treble. It's paid off. He gets a dart. He gets a
Game
win.
shot and the match.
Neil Duff
Neil
has
Duff.
robbed Daryl Pilgrim, who had a couple of darts and his favourite double 16 to win that match. But Duff backed himself on trebles on the 94 and carries on his winning run tonight.
Jimmy require 103.
Double 16, Mace.
Game shot on the second
No mistake
leg.
this time for
Jim
McEwan.
McEwan.
One apiece.
Frustrating fashion for James Wilson. No player has been brushed this week. That's losing a leg without scoring a point. Could be about to happen.
Oof.
57.
That's all he's thinking now. Please, please, please.
40.
Thank goodness.
Jimmy McAn, 44.
Well, I think there was a little chuckle while Chucky was throwing there because James Wilson is showing some sign of relief.
24.
And they won't be the only 40 points he scores in this leg.
Jim McAn will show some signs of relief. If he hits this double 10 to take
Jimmy
his
McAn,
spot
20.
against Neil Duff in the final.
That's where we started tonight. The first match was Duff versus McAn. Wow.
No score.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mace. If James Wilson wins this leg, then his name really is on pot.
I thought he was about to hit a max.
140.
So,
Jimmy
at the
McAn,
third
20.
time of asking, Jim McAn, you require 20.
Game
Better late than never.
match.
Jim
Jim
McAn
McAn
makes it through to the final. James Wilson's excellent run at Double Trouble has come to an abrupt end, and we saw the brutality of the former. Failed to get away in that leg, almost got brushed by Jim McAn, but he is beaten.
Maybe.
We will get a separate roll of honour for the specials week's winners. Now, we're not going to reveal yet what the next set of special
93.
weeks are. That will happen at some point during the next series, but I'll give you a little hint. Not all of the players that have played this week will be eligible. There, I'll leave it at that.
Of missed opportunities for McAn.
Is he punished?
No score. Jimmy required 20.
Well, that becomes double five. This is tense.
10.
Wow, right on the
Nearly
money.
required 5. One. Jimmy required 10.
Wow. Huge tension here.
Game's on the second leg.
Jim McAn
Jim McAn.
levels up. Both players do, to be fair. $180. Pressure with a capital P on the McAn throw. Duff is going to get an opportunity to move within one, and he will then serve
57.
to
Now
be
he
the
requires
double
61.
trouble king. 25 leaves 36, and that
Game shot
is a
the
clean
third
kill.
leg.
What a leg of darts
Neil
that is
Duff.
from Neil Duff. An 11 darter in the final. He will return with 81 points between him and the trophy.
Oh. 180. Now we require 81.
Tenacious. Or is it too late?
The bull to win it.
37.
Well, would have almost
Jimmy
been
required
apt.
32.
The 180 could not have been better timed. put the weight of the world
Game on the four
on Neil
flag.
Duff's shoulders.
Jim McEwan.
And the gritty Scotsman, Jim McEwan, produced a pearler of a visit.
Go.
Jimmy require 170.
Robert Thornton last evening to get through to the finals, hit treble 20, then it bounced out of the bull. Jim McEwan's hit treble 20, but doesn't get the second.
And the irony, the ball
130.
finds the target.
Neil, you require 47.
Well, what a week. What a night. What a final. Neil Duff takes his time. And Duff delivers.
Shot and the match. And the Modus Super Series Double Trouble Week winner, Neil Duff.
He is the first Super Series special champion. And you can see Duff is delighted. McEwan made him work. But Neil Duff is the champion. He wins Double Trouble with little trouble at all.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for this week's Modus Super Series champion, Neil Duff!